I'm Sunny D.
And I'm Captain J, and we're the pot smoking moms.
Hey, we are so glad you made it. We're glad we made it too. If you like the show, please rate, subscribe, share, and be friends with us on all social medias. The website, it'll probably turn into a link tree pretty soon, but potsmokingmoms.com. You'll find it there.
Yes, please go check us out. Make sure you're following us, and let's do this smoke sesh so we can get this show
Let's
started.
get into the good part. And that's the part where we invite you to smoke with us. You know, you love it. Some of you might just watch us for that part.
We need to bring back the little song intro that we had for the smoke sesh.
Oh, yeah.
The little...
I don't know, some little jazzy intro.
Yeah, I liked it. We need to bring that back. I don't even know if it's in here. We're flying solo again without Jesse.
No
so
Jesse, yeah.
Bear with us.
Yeah, we got this. You'll have
this.
fun. We'll have fun.
Yeah.
It's chock full of nuts over here.
So it is smoke sesh time. What are you smoking?
So I got a little bit of Marshmallow OG from True Leaf. I put this in this little disposable one hitter from Hemper. It's like it has a little banana filter, which you cringed at.
I don't like the idea of adding like fake flavor.
I don't know. I think banana flavored anything. I'm down for that.
You love that shit?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I packed myself a bowl here of some Khalifa Kush from True Leaf.
Oh, nice.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. It has a little ceramic
look at that. So we can even clink a little.
If you got it at home, I hope you light up with us.
Let us know in the comments, what are you smoking?
So I was about to start telling you. We've been talking a lot about CDs. You guys remember CDs, compact discs?
Remember having those big books of that shit in your car?
We had huge books. Me and my husband are music connoisseurs. Whatever. We've gone to festivals. We've done we've gone to a lot of concerts together. So we know, what it's like to love music and have like just a huge catalog of all the musics. We have records, everything. But man, CDs back in the day, we recently found that from the flood, like some of our shit got messed up. And so some of the CDs, my husband had a really big book and he would keep the sleeve, that had all the song lyrics and all the artwork and stuff on it. In with the CD. He had a really neat collection of his CDs.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of them were like all stuck to the CD.
That sucks. That's so sad.
Yeah. And then recently we've been like moving shit around the house. So we found a couple of our CD books and we have CD players in our cars still. And so there was... You don't have one?
I don't think I do.
We do. And I have a tape deck in my CRV.
Tape deck?
Yeah, bro. It's tape deck. Remember that shit? We have mixtapes in there too, because of course we would. But there was this one. I kept going to Google Play and looking for a Fatboy Slim DJ set. I had the CD, this Fatboy Slim, because back in the day, when we were in seniors in high school, like that was a jam.
Turntables on the microphone.
Yeah, so we got I would listen to this all the time. And I was looking, and a lot of these CDs and like special releases and stuff, you can't find them online. Sure enough, I couldn't find this shit online. We found the book recently. It had it. I was like, I took it out and I was like, I am going to play this the first chance I get. The first chance I got was On the Way to Your House Now. And it was like,
how'd it feel?
Oh my God, it's so good. I'm like, you could just play this at a party and it will be fucking amazing.
But now, like, you just go to YouTube Music and play that album if you want.
I've looked for it everywhere.
It's not on there?
It's nowhere. It's nowhere because I have YouTube. I have not Google Play. It's YouTube Music.
Yeah.
But it's but we subscribe to it. So we see YouTube ad free and all that stuff. And I could not find it anywhere. Now I have it. But it skips, because like that's the thing with CDs.
It's gotten scratched.
Yeah, you would like it would scratch, especially if you really love the CD and you would take it everywhere and you would, whatever you would it's worn. So some of the songs are like a little skip-a-doo, but it's great, man. CDs.
Bring it back.
Yeah. Like we were talking about Usher and the patron sesh and how he brought it back for the Super Bowl and how us old bitches were like, oh my God.
Well, like if the world ends, like physical media is going to be important, right? Like you're not going to have the internet to be able to go
like
on.
that movie where it's like she found a DVD, because we've held on to DVDs. We don't have all, well, of course, obviously we reduced the collection because it's just a lot of stuff to have. So we've gotten rid of a lot of shit, but there's like certain ones that
you just hold on forever. You're like, I could never get rid of this.
Yeah, just in case. And we have like, we could play it through the PlayStation or whatever. But yeah, you never know when you might get stuck in a rut.
Never know.
And you have to play an old CD. Or like I got ancient cars, bro. We got CD players. Robert has a CD changer in his car. He's got like 12 CDs.
Wow, like he has a CD changer in his car for real?
CD, yeah, dude. And we're holding on to these cars because we're like, we do not want to fucking get into it. It's crazy out there. And we're doing a lot of car research because eventually, but like we're holding on to not having to get into another car note. It's wasteful. What's up with you? You're gonna start hitting the beach now?
I am like ready for the ocean.
We were talking about it earlier.
I was thinking about going Sunday. My husband laughed at me and I'm like, it's my birthday. Come on. And he's like, we'll go next week.
Your birthday's already here, man.
It's next week.
Oh my God.
And your birthday's coming.
I know.
We're going to Colorado.
I know. We have the same birthday in different months.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm the 20th and you're the 17th.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
16th. You're the 16th.
Yeah.
You're my sister's birthday.
I know.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that have my birthday.
I was born a month early.
Okay. So you were supposed to be born in April?
No, I was just saying because of 420.
Oh.
It was just a joke.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's how you remember it. 320.
That's how people can remember my birthday. A month early.
420, a month early. Well, we should do another Patreon pool. I was thinking about
because it's starting to get good. We should do a Patreon pool party, right?
Yeah, I don't know about a pool party, but I definitely want to have a movie night. And I mean, whatever. I'm partial.
We could do both.
I want to do an 80s movie night.
We could do both.
And everybody can dress up a la 80s.
Not on the same day, but like, 2 different things.
Yeah, that's all right.
Pool party, like we might as well. We did it last year.
Yeah, it was super fun.
It was. Except it rained.
I know.
Maybe this time it won't rain. Maybe we'll have better luck. Hopefully. So yeah, we should consider that. That's a simple way for us to get together locally,
Yeah, exactly. And if you're local and you want to get in on that, sign up to our Patreons. If you're not local, we'll fly to you or you'll fly to us, one or the other.
And we've had a couple new patron joiners.
Yeah, so welcome on board.
Yes, we're excited. We have Kayla and Stephanie.
Yes. And if you are looking for an easy way to support the podcast and you're not getting into the commitment of being a patron, just like this, whatever. If you're
make
listening,
a comment, share
make
this
a comment,
podcast,
share. Hey, hit us up. Someone hit us up recently and was like, "Where can I go to leave a comment? I want stickers," and we're about to get some stickers.
Yeah, so. And you know what? I was trying to look, and it's not easy to leave a review.
I think it's from only Apple Podcasts.
But I was looking at my Apple Podcasts.
You have to go all the way down to the bottom to see where the reviews
I'm gonna check
are.
after this because I couldn't tell. I was like, how the fuck? Yeah, how is it? How do we do it? I saw you sent the link.
Yeah.
She asked for it. But yes, please leave us a review, share our content. That helps us out tremendously. And I think we're ready to move on to our first segment, to news. News Nugs, where we get high and read the news to you. All right, so last time you saw us, we talked about how soon a consumption lounge was going to be opening in Nevada. But guess what? It actually opened.
Yeah. We were like, we'll see about that.
Yeah, when it actually fucking happens. Well, it did. So here's the story, all right?
So congratulations.
Yay. Now we know we definitely need to plan our next patron trip.
Well, let's see. Let's see what they say about this consumption lounge.
Yeah, let's see. So, Nevada's first marijuana consumption lounge officially opens with top lawmaker hitting a joint at 420.
Wow. Bold.
Wow, for real. So the marijuana consumption lounge has officially opened its doors. And again, it says a top local smoking inaugural joint at 4:20 p.m. Patrons lit up for the first time on Friday at the inaugural Thrive Cannabis Marketplace facility in Las Vegas, where they were also served a curated selection of marijuana products and non-alcoholic THC-infused beverages.
Ooh la la.
This marks the culmination of rulemaking to allow the new license type. The Nevada Cannabis Control Board, CCB, gave final approval for the Smoke and Mirrors Lounge earlier this month. Regulators approved an initial batch of consumption lounge licenses last June, which came after regulators gave preliminary approval to 40 prospective hospitality businesses. Thrive was one of the 3 businesses to receive that approval last year.
Thrive has always been known for setting the bar for operational standards and quality cannabis experiences, and we're thrilled to be at the forefront of this historic moment in Las Vegas as we continue to revolutionize the cannabis industry. Mitch Britton, CEO of Thrive Cannabis Marketplace, said in a press release. Clark County Commission Chairman Tick Segerblom, that sounds made up, made history as the first person to make a legal purchase and smoke a joint at the facility at the symbolic time of 420. The lounge also recognized the commissioner by dedicating a signature infused drink, the Godfather, in his honor. I've been waiting since the 60s for this day, legally smoking marijuana in public, Segerblom told Marijuana Moment. Now, Las Vegas, it's on its way to being the new Amsterdam, the marijuana capital of the world.
Look, there's a picture of the lawmaker hitting the joint right at 420.
Oh, cool guy. Christopher Laporte, managing partner at Reset, a cannabis hospitality company working with Thrive on the new facility, said that the companies are beyond excited to have unveiled the first state licensed cannabis lounge in Las Vegas.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Our goal is not to create a space for cannabis enthusiasts, but to create a social hub for our guests, he said. With Smoke and Mirror's remarkable array of products, we aim to provide an unforgettable experience that will leave a lasting impression. Smoke and Mirrors is open for adults 21 and older from 4 p.m. to midnight on Tuesday and Wednesday, and noon to midnight Thursday and Sunday. Interesting schedule. CCB said earlier this month that there are currently 19 lounges that have been approved for conditional license, including 14 retail attached and 5 independent lounges. Tyler Klimas, who served as executive director of the CCB from 2020 to late 2023, said in a podcast published last month that the cannabis consumption lounge development represents the next frontier for the industry.
The law, which was enacted under legislation from Assemblyman Steve Yeager and signed by former Governor Steve Sisolak in 2021, also allows for businesses that couple cannabis with yoga, serve infused food.
Yoga, that's good.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Offer THC-aided massage therapy or incorporate marijuana in other ways.
Nice.
Sisolak touted Nevada's lounge law in a 420 op-ed for Marijuana Moment in 22, writing, "The idea isn't new, but no one is doing it like we are in Nevada." While most of the consumption lounges in other states don't offer food, beverages, or other entertainment options, he said, Nevada's lounges will be a one-stop entertainment shop to create jobs, grow the industry, and boost our economy. Under the board-approved rules, consumption must be hidden from public view. Smoking and vaping must take place in a separate room of the lounge or be prohibited entirely. Single-use or ready-to-consume cannabis products can't be bought off-site. And businesses must provide water to every guest free of charge. The lounges will also be cannabis only.
Don't stop.
Oh.
Look at the lounge.
Oh, that's cute.
Isn't that nice?
That's super cute.
That's really cute, right?
I wonder if they have their own devices that they could like lend you?
I don't know. They haven't said yet, huh? So the lounges will also be cannabis only. No alcohol, tobacco, or nicotine products can be
And you
sold.
can't bring anything from outside in there. You have to buy it in there to smoke it in there, is what I understood from what I read.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I understood too, I believe. Did I understand that?
Only you know the answer to that question.
Other safety related regulations require lounges to establish plans to limit cannabis impaired driving and minimize workers' exposure to secondhand smoke. Guns are prohibited, surveillance is required, and procedures must be in place to reduce and respond to potentially violent or harassing behavior.
Well, since there's no alcohol there, that's not going to be a problem.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be very likely with a
Yeah.
bunch of smokers. Single-use cannabis products are limited to no more than 3.5 grams of usable cannabis under the regulations, with extracted inhalable cannabis products such as vaping or dabbing products limited to 300 milligrams of THC. A single-use product will with more than 1 gram of usable cannabis, and all extracted inhalables must carry written potency warnings. Okay. Individual servings of ready to consume edible products are capped at 10 milligrams THC, a fairly standard amount in states that have legalized cannabis for adult use. Topicals, meanwhile, are limited to 400 milligrams of THC. Transdermal patches and other cannabis products can have no more than 100 milligrams of THC and must carry a written warning if they have more than 10 milligrams.
So they do massages there too. With topical.
But
oh my god, that
I don't know if it
great.
was at this place or there's other places looking to do that.
Oh well, it sounded like they were doing it, and that sounds really awesome.
Yeah, of course. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
So hold on.
Hold on.
So our next story is a silly one. I actually saw a clip of this on TikTok, and then Lauren sent it to me too, and I was like, yeah, this is silly.
New Orleans police say rats are eating weed stored in evidence room.
Go, you be yellow.
Police officials in the Big Easy say that rats have infested the department's downtown headquarters and are eating weed stored in an evidence room. Police officials in New Orleans this week told the city council committee that rats have taken over the department's downtown headquarters, saying that the rodents, that's a cool looking rat up right there, buddy.
He's smoking. Look at him with the joint.
He's so cute and cool. And
he's a blue rat. He's blue with pink. That's cute.
It's adorable. Saying that the rodents have been eating marijuana stored in an evidence room. And Kirkpatrick, the superintendent of the New Orleans Police Department, told city leaders at a meeting on Monday that the rats are apparently enjoying the food source sitting in an evidence room at police headquarters. Because one of the rats told her. The rats are eating our marijuana, Kirkpatrick said, according to a report from the online news source NOLA.com. They're all high. I can only imagine that the rats are like rolling up their shit and smoking it and, just whatever. The superintendent was reporting to the council committee on the condition of aging police facilities around New Orleans. In addition to eating drugs in the evidence room, rats are reportedly found throughout the building, spreading feces across the desk of police officers and other department workers. They're spilling their coffee in everybody's face. They're leaving the bathroom a mess, and they never clock out in time. The building is also infested with cockroaches.
This place sounds like a disaster.
Reported. The department's problems at the police headquarters are not limited to pests. The building also has mold and elevators.
Jesus.
And wait, also has mold and elevators? Huh?
And elevators? What's wrong with elevators?
I know. I thought that was a normal thing.
Is that a good thing? I don't understand.
That's a weird way to put
Maybe
that.
Is it the mold are in the elevators? Like,
I don't know. HVAC equipment and plumbing that are old and deteriorating. An NOPD veteran speaking to a reporter anonymously said that the downtown police headquarters has been infested with rats throughout his almost 2 decades with the department. He's like, yeah, my partner's a rat. He also noted that some officers report coughing or sneezing after visiting the moldy building, which has served the police department since 1968 and hasn't been cleaned since 1929.
For real.
It's horrible. I don't think it ever recovered from Katrina, to be honest, the officer said, referring to the 2005 hurricane that devastated New Orleans. The basement was full of floodwater. Ugh. You get a lot of rodents that climb through the walls.
Ugh,
Some things you
disgusting.
just can't get to. So there's always been some type of rodent, bugs, rats, mice, whatever. You know what? We were talking about this earlier. They should just get cats, and they should have mascots. They should make cats the mascot, dress a couple of cats up looking like little cops and stuff, make them all cute, and they could, take care of the rat problem.
You have cats, there's going to be no rats.
Exactly.
For
It's the
sure,
only
they're gonna
time
go.
I've
They're gonna
really
go.
seriously been like, oh, maybe I should get a cat. Is when I had a rat. I was
Let me
like,
tell
man,
you, she kills anything she sees.
nice.
My cat. She's like lizards, roaches,
With
mice,
her laser beam
rat. Like if
eyes.
she sees that, it's dead.
Pew!
It's fucking
Pew!
dead. So this is not the first time, apparently. The problem with rodents eating weed being stored as police evidence is not new. In addition to the report from New Orleans, police departments in South America and Asia have reported similar stories of hungry rodents fiending on pot. The Guardian noted.
Propaganda. It's propaganda. Or Lauren says cataganda. The cats are like writing the story.
In 2018, the outlet reported that 8 police officers in Argentina were fired after they reported that mice had eaten nearly 1,000 pounds of pot that had disappeared from a police warehouse about 35 miles away from Buenos Aires.
I mean, listen.
Look, this sounds suspicious.
To give them the benefit of the doubt, rats will eat anything. But, I don't know.
Really, that much?
It's a little
though?
fishy.
That's fishy. Sure, it was the rats. Buenos Aires University experts have explained that mice wouldn't mistake the drug for food, and that if a large group of mice had eaten it, a lot of corpses would have been found in the warehouse. A spokesperson for a judge who was reviewing the case said at the time. 4 years later, CNN reported a story from northern India where rats had allegedly eaten more than 1,100 pounds of weed that had been seized from pot dealers and stored in a police warehouse. Again, really? Rats are small animals and they aren't scared of the police. An official told the court.
Listen, if it's rats do not give a shit. They will steal your weed and smoke it in front of you.
Does that rat look like he gives a shit? No, this rat is like, I'm getting high.
He's like, I'm having the time of my life.
Can you imagine these rats like actually rolling up? Like if
hell yeah,
they were rolling it up. That's funny. That's funny. All right. So now back to weed news.
Oh, brother. Oh, yeah. I saw this.
It's
a little silly toward the end of the presidency. Oh, I don't even want to get into politics because I hate everyone right now. I wish we just disappear. But this lady, this is the first time she's in a news article that I've read.
So Kamala Harris to host White House weed policy reform summit with Fat Joe. This just happened. We're filming this in March 15th. This is probably going to air in 2 weeks. So Kamala Harris hosted this. Vice President Kamala Harris on Friday, which was today, will meet at the West Wing with cannabis policy reform advocates, including Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear and rapper Fat Joe, who received a pardon for a federal cannabis conviction from President Biden.
Oh, Lord.
Visit. Vice President Kamala Harris.
She is just visiting, it feels like. She's just visiting. She ain't doing shit for visiting.
Hosting a White House meeting to discuss drug policy reform that will feature guests including hip-hop artist Fat Joe and others who have benefited from the cannabis pardons granted by the Biden administration. This is like PR crap. The Friday meeting will also include Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, a leading a leading proponent of cannabis legalization in his state, and other advocates for ending the criminal prohibition of marijuana. In October 2022, Joseph Biden issued an executive order pardoning thousands of people with federal convictions for marijuana possession, saying no one should be in jail for using or possessing marijuana. In December 2023, the president went further by expanding the pool of people eligible for a pardon for marijuana convictions under federal or Washington, D.C. law. President Biden and I have been clear. We must continue to change our nation's approach to marijuana and reform the criminal justice system. The vice president said in a statement in December, as I declared many times before, no one should be in prison for simply smoking weed. That is why we continue to call on governors to join us in this long overdue work. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
This is all like bullshit, trying to like look,
Trying
we're
to
doing
smooth it over.
Yeah.
Look, we're doing, but it's a thing to it. That's why I don't even we don't even really repost these headlines anymore, because it's always like, oh, the president said something about weed. And it's just like, he does it all the time. He brings it up, but never does anything about it. And then
Yeah.
they bring it up, never does anything about
It's
it.
like, oh, they're thinking about rescheduling
Dangling the
No,
carrot
nothing
in
ever
front of your
happens.
face. Right. White House meeting features pot policy reform advocates. Friday's meeting at the West Wing of the White House to discuss the Biden administration's cannabis policy reforms, which won't happen because it's almost over. His presidency is almost over. Whatever, unless he keeps being president, I guess. Will include guests such as Bashir and five-time Grammy Award nominee Fat Joe, who's one of thousands of people to be pardoned by the president.
There he is, Fat Joe.
He looks like a fat pit bull. Dale,
He's a
look.
Fat Joe.
Yeah. Friday's engagement will build on the vice president's effort to uplift the historic actions the Biden-Harris administration has taken to ensure everyone has access to opportunity, including by making the criminal justice system more just. This will continue in the weeks and months to come, a White House official said, according to a report from NBC News. Another pardon recipient, cannabis activist Chris Goldstein, a regional coordinator with the National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws, NORML, will also attend. In 2014, he was convicted of a federal marijuana possession charge for smoking marijuana during a protest in an outdoor area of Independence Hall National Historic Park in Philadelphia.
Okay.
These presidential pardons are a powerful, meaningful action, Goldstein said in a statement from NORML. They carry a tremendous power of goodwill, not just to those of us who receive them, but for the entire country. These pardons are seen by people everywhere as tangible signs of the White House taking action on marijuana policy.
No, you're trying to make it seem like that you guys are making.
Like,
we're bringing out all these people. Look, we pardoned these people. Look,
we did it, Joe. Goldstein said that he plans to use the time with Harris at Friday's meeting to bring further awareness to the presidential pardon process. He also hopes to stress the need for further federal action on cannabis reform, including the descheduling of marijuana under the Controlled Substances Act. 3 of us will discuss the real-world impact of our federal marijuana convictions and the relief provided by the presidential pardons,
said Goldstein.
I'm getting tired of reading it because it's just like, these are just words. Thousands of people are still eligible, and this event should help raise awareness for more people to apply. We will help represent tens of millions of Americans who have been arrested for marijuana in nearly a century of prohibition, he added.
Yada, yada, yada. Reform advocates call for more than words. See? Yes, as we
more
said.
Than words. I don't know.
So yeah, like we said, this is just a bunch of words. They're just talking a bunch of nonsense all the time, just like the rescheduling thing. They keep talking about it, but nothing happens. So the news of this week's White House roundtable discussion on cannabis policy reform was welcomed by justice advocates and members of the cannabis industry. Sarah Gerstein, executive director and general counsel at the Last Prisoner Project, a nonprofit working to secure the release of all cannabis prisoners, said that she hopes the meeting results in action from the president. Clearly, the administration understands that taking action to repair the harms of cannabis criminalization will help energize voters who overwhelmingly believe marijuana should be legal, Gerstein said in a statement on Wednesday. But the general public also believes no one should be incarcerated for cannabis. And Biden has failed to keep the campaign promise. Biden could free the over 3,000 federal cannabis prisoners with the stroke of a pen.
But since they make him money and they're not like Fat Joe who like contributes to the money that they
3,000 people. That's
Like,
crazy.
it's
If he truly wants to tout his actions on cannabis reform,
tell him, girl.
bolder action needs to be taken.
Thank you.
Yes, period. Jeffrey M. Zucker, co-founder and president of Denver-based cannabis consultants firm Green Lion Partners, also called for the Biden administration to make meaningful progress on federal cannabis reform. From this meeting, I hope to see a shift toward comprehensive drug law reform that acknowledges the disproportionate impact of current policies on communities of color, Zucker said in a statement to High Times. Reforms prioritizing social justice, harm reduction, and economic empowerment would reflect genuine progress. So, yes, we want to see action, not just words.
Actions speak louder than words.
Yeah. All right. So we don't have an intro for this next segment, but I wanted to talk a little bit about one of my favorite shows.
I love this
back.
show too.
So we're gonna have a little
I
screen
haven't
time.
watched the episode yet. This is one of my favorite comedy shows. It's just, it makes you laugh, it makes you cry.
Yes, this is like one of my feel good happy shows that I like to watch just when I want to smile, and that is Abbott Elementary. The new season is back.
I love everybody on that show.
I think it's what, season 3 now or whatever.
I think it's like season 3 or 4 at least.
Well, I got all caught up because it's been back for a minute.
What
now.
do you watch it on? Because everything is canceled.
I watch it on Hulu. I still have Hulu.
Okay.
I didn't cancel my Hulu.
Okay.
So yeah, like you saw the clip already. So this is the episode I wanted to talk about. It was most recent episode. I think it was episode 4. It's literally called Smoking is the episode. So spoiler alert, if this is, anybody doesn't want to like,
the clip has been floating around.
Yeah,
I've seen that clip.
I saw the clip online. I was like, oh my God, I gotta go watch the episode.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's really funny because a student gets caught in a bathroom smoking cigarettes, and that brings up they start looking at the school policy and they see in the drug policy, there's nothing about cigarettes being banned, but all these other things. And so they're all in the teacher's lounge and they just start outing each other on everybody's like vices.
Yeah.
First it was like, because Jacob was like, why are kids smoking or wwhatever? They're like, that's so retro. You would think with the truth campaign, nobody's doing that anymore. And he's like, yeah, and it's so unhealthy. And she's like, please, you vape like crazy.
Everywhere.
And he's like, it's vaping. And she's like, it's worse. You can do it anywhere. She's like, you do it anywhere. And Ava's like, you were vaping the entire time through Saltburn.
Oh yeah.
Because he was probably like,
yeah. Yeah, I like when
everything was cracking me up.
Ava's a hookah head, right? Somebody calls her hookah head, but I like when she talks about microdosing mushrooms.
Yes.
And she's like, I just eyeball it.
She's like, I just eyeball it.
That's enough. And this week I've been
Lolo.
this week I've been doing that too. I've been like, all right, that's good.
That looks good. No, but it's so funny because like to throw the attention off of him, he exposes Janine. He's like, Janine smokes weed every day. And she's like,
goes, it's legal. I have my card, no?
She's like, I don't smoke weed every day. She's like, every night. And then I was like, yes.
Yeah. She was like, it's legal.
And she's like, it's legal.
I have my card.
And if I would have it, she's like, I have my medical card.
My medical card.
Oh my God. It was just so funny. And then they outed Ava for being hookah head. And then she's like, oh, and she outed herself for microdosing. She's like, I like to microdose and eyeball it.
She's hilarious. She would do that.
And then Gregory says he likes to eat a protein bar edible on the weekends.
Okay, buddy.
And Melissa uses CBD oil to rub on her joints, but Barbara was like, "And you snort that marijuana oil or whatever?" And she's like, "No, I don't snort it. I rub it on my joints, and it's CBD."
Yeah, and then Barbara is the older one.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I like how she's just hopped up on Jesus.
Yeah,
she is a man. She is a woman of God. She is like,
oh my God, it was so funny. Yeah,
all of them are so good. And the janitor says something really funny too.
Yeah, he was about to say something about like smoking a blunt with frankincense and roses or something like that. But then like they almost got caught by a kid like recording their conversation.
Right, I saw that. And then
it's
they're like,
really
how much
funny.
of that did you hear? Yeah, I love them.
I love that show. It just makes me happy and makes me laugh.
It makes you happy. It makes you laugh, and you can feel the chemistry that all of the actors have with each other, and it's just, to me, I feel like it's choreography, right? Because that whole scene in the teachers lounge,
Yeah, it's
was
one right after the
oh
other.
my
It's like,
god, it
ta, ta,
is.
ta.
Yeah, and it's like one steady shot of all of these people saying these things.
It's so good.
And it's so good. They're so fantastic. I'm happy to have that show back because it's a sunny spot.
It's really funny because now, I mean, you don't care if I give stuff a little bit away for
no,
you, right?
I'll watch it. I will
Okay.
watch it and rewatch it.
So they come back and Janine's now like, she gets into a program and she starts working at the district. So that's really funny. That's a whole new different dynamic. Now there's all these other characters that are part of the district and stuff.
Okay.
It's cute.
Like that one character that they introduced, is she even still around? She's like a sub or something, and she's super energetic and loud, and like she's Latina and kind of crazy.
Oh no, they haven't brought her back. I think she went and started working at the other school or something, and the one of that past
she
seasons.
was really funny.
Yeah,
man.
she was funny.
Really obnoxious, but like that's what made her really funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, love that show.
All right, so that's the end of screen time. Go check out our favorite happy-go-lucky show, Abbott Elementary.
Love it.
Oh, and I just also want to say we watched all of season 1 of Silo, and we just Meredith just discovered they're actually bringing it back. We thought they were going to cancel it.
Okay.
So you should actually consider watching it, because when it comes back, we're probably going to watch it together. It's going to be a minute before it comes back. It was just recently announced.
Gotcha.
Silo on. Oh, but do you don't have Apple TV?
Yeah, I know. We'll see where it goes.
I don't have it either. I canceled it. I'm gonna have to bring it back.
We're counting the days where Netflix goes because we canceled that shit.
I know.
But and when I'm watching, we're trying to watch as much shit as we can on there. And it sucks because I'm like, oh, I don't want to get too attached now. But like I was telling you guys earlier, we were watching a bunch of stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Just to like, because there's new ones. But fuck that shit. But all the shows and stuff, like, I don't know. Netflix, they got to step their game up on some of the programming.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's our favorite segment. It's our other favorite.
I love you, Miami!
I thought you cut that bitch out. I thought you did that because you were like, oh, she got stuck. I gotta go.
I thought you'd be done by the sentence by the time it started.
I didn't know where that sentence was going, and it kept going. So I was kind of like, oh, good, thank God she cut me off. I didn't know where that was going.
All right, so here's a little history on Florida marijuana laws. We're going to take it back.
We're going to take her way back
to the beginning. So Florida marijuana laws, what to know about the state's history of legalization attempts. Floridians this year could become the 25th state where recreational marijuana is legal if the Florida Supreme Court approves the adult personal use of marijuana ballot initiative.
Because the way things are going, no one's going to want to come here unless we got another incentive for them to come here for
vacation where they could buy legal weed.
Exactly.
Even though Governor Ron DeSantis said there could be a big problem with weed stinking up. Oh, wait, I forgot to do this thing. With weed stinking up public places, he also predicted the amendment would make it to the November ballot. Right now, the Florida Supreme Court has until April 1st to approve the ballot initiative, which would decriminalize marijuana for adults 21 and over under state law. Marijuana would still be outlawed federally if voters end up passing the referendum with a 60% majority. Marijuana laws have evolved in Florida over the past decade as pro-cannabis activists have quarreled with the status quo to make weed accessible to more Floridians, even without a medical card. Here's how Florida's marijuana laws have progressed over the past decade.
We're not going that way back, okay, guys? Limited medical marijuana legalized in 2014. The 2014 Compassionate Use Act legalizes low THC medical cannabis for patients with cancer and epilepsy. Amendment 2 referendum fails 2014. The expansive medical marijuana that passed 2 years later failed the first time it was attempted in 2014, needing a supermajority of 60% of voters to approve the amendment. The measure only received just over 57%, leaving activists to regroup.
I remember that. I remember we were so close. It's like, oh,
almost. Full strength medical marijuana legalized 2016. the year everything just exploded. In 2016, the Right to Try Act allows full-strength marijuana for patients with terminal conditions. Prior to the law, only low THC strains of marijuana had been allowed for those patients. Medical marijuana expanded further in 2016. In 2016, the Florida Florida Medical Marijuana Legalization Initiative referendum passed with 71.3% of the votes, expanding medical marijuana program. The legislature implemented the law in the summer of 2017. Previously, only those with terminal conditions were allowed access to medical marijuana. Under the new law, marijuana access was extended to those with conditions such as HIV, PTSD, ALS, Crohn's disease, Parkinson's disease, and multiple sclerosis.
Okay, so smoking weed legalized for medical users. This is in 2019. So by 2019, the Florida legislature reversed previous bans on smokable forms of marijuana, along with THC vaping under medical marijuana program. And this is where we enter. Well, at least when I entered the program.
Yeah, this is where the pot smoking mom started.
Okay, now they're getting real with it. They're allowing smokable weed. I'll get my card.
And this
is when time.
It is time.
It is time. So recreational marijuana petition fails in 2021.
We were already reporting on this.
Yes, so we talked about this on the show back then. So 2 years before the petition now being considered by the Florida Supreme Court received enough signatures to be placed on the ballot, a similar one was rejected by justices who said the language was misleading. Legal recreational marijuana use may be on the ballot in Florida this November. Activists gathered more than 556,000 signatures out of the 891,589 needed for the measure to make the 2022 ballot before the court ruled the amendment's language failed to clarify marijuana would still be illegal under federal laws.
Stupid.
Even though that was like obvious, like no shit.
Yeah, like no shit, Sherlock. Recreational Marijuana Petition 2023. Hoping to overcome the earlier setbacks, Smart and Safe Florida collected over 1 million petition signatures to put adult personal use of marijuana legalization on the 2024 ballot. Although activists have included language in this latest petition to clarify that the state law will not override federal rules against marijuana, the state of Florida is still challenging the petition, hoping to keep it from reaching the ballot in the November 2024 election.
Of course they are.
The state again has argued before the Supreme Court that the amendment fails to accurately inform voters that marijuana would still be legal under federal law.
Oh my goodness.
They
Back with this bullshit.
They pick and choose.
So ridiculous. When does the Florida Supreme Court have to decide? Well, the Florida Supreme Court has until April 1st to approve the amendment language for November's ballot, even though Governor Ron DeSantis has voiced concerns over the smell of marijuana smoke proliferating in public spaces should it become decriminalized. He also predicted the court will approve the measure.
He hasn't been to Wynwood now, has he?
Yeah, he wouldn't like that.
It's already happening, buddy boy. Already
I never
happening.
showed the headline without the I love my it's okay.
Hey, you did a really good job.
Did I?
Just want to say you knocked it out of the park.
I never did any of the what is it? The tax stuff. But
you did everything.
I left it just pot smoking moms because there's this. Look, hold on. There's this one. Where it says Captain Jason and pot smoking moms. No. There's that. And then there's this. This is important
bells
too.
And whistle.
Yo, potsmokingmoms.com. Right. You guys should definitely go there. That's important.
Yeah, go to that website and stuff. I don't know. Tell us what's on there.
Oh my goodness.
You guys, we appreciate you hanging out with us and listening to our stuff.
Yes.
Listening to us read stuff to you.
We have reached the end of the show. We know that jingle somewhere in there.
It's time to put your bongs away. We've reached the end of the show.
So we want to give a special thank you to everyone that's here listening still to this episode, but definitely to our patrons. We have a couple still backstage watching the show right now.
Yep.
And we want to say a special thank you to the in the rotation and OG patrons, Yanni,
Destiny,
Lauren,
Christy,
Denise,
Peaches,
Meredith,
Natalie,
Angelina,
Jenny,
Catherine,
Jay,
Jesse,
Diane,
Gabby,
Leslie,
and 2 new in the rotation patrons. Welcome, Kayla and Stephanie.
Welcome. We hope you got, we see you guys already jumping in the sessions in the Discord with us. So you are taking full advantage of being in the patron club, ladies. Welcome.
So yeah, thank you so much. If you want to become a patron, please check out our website, become a patron, join our Discord sessions that we have just almost daily. If not, please just go subscribe, rate, review, share our content.
Hit
Thank
us
you so
up.
much, and we'll see you again in a couple weeks.
See you later.
Bye.